YouTubers, back again, and I'm filming in Ouray, Colorado. So today I was actually invited to do some ice climbing in Ouray Ice Park in Ouray, Colorado, and we actually are just driving up there right now to be dropped off to do some ice climbing. If you ever did ice climbing before, it's a great ice park. They actually have nationals, and it's world renowned for their ice park. And in the winter months of December through March, you can come out here and do some free ice climbing. It is sponsored by the Ouray city, and they actually make these man-made ice parks, as you can see from this bridge right here. And they have these spigots on top of the ice falls, and they just slowly trickle water throughout the waterfall and make ice. It's all free, and as you can see, there's a little shed on the top right hand side over there. So a lot of people can't actually view too much of the park because you need safety devices. So after you pass that building, you need to have crampons and a helmet, and it's pretty much after that it's all ice climbing. So you set up ropes along the top of the waterfalls, and then you climb down and make sure you have your harness and all your climbing gear. And as you can see right now that I'm putting my harness on before I head down, it's just a little bit easier that way. And then once you get all set up, it's pretty much like rock climbing, top roping, and where you can also do lead climbing if you wanted to. But for today, we're just doing top rope, and you can see that I'm putting the harness on over my crampons. I recommend just putting your harness on before you put your crampons on. So right here, we're actually hiking back down to the valley at the base of the waterfalls, and this guy, he just came up to me and started talking to me, and he was very cool. He was actually part of the ice climbing community in this area, and we're just just chit-chatting and talking about how today's climb is going to be and everything. So the community is very tight, and they're just like a climbing community. It's very friendly and outgoing. And if you ever come out to Ouray or the San Juan mountains, definitely swing on by this park. It's free to the public. At this area, you need crampons and a helmet so you won't slip and potentially hurt yourself. But if you never did ice climbing, you can actually rent a guide, and he'll show you the ropes and everything, and he'll get you on the ice and everything. So right now, there's people walking by me and everything. People came from Germany, Russia, parts of Europe to come out here to do some ice climbing. Usually this whole area is full of ice. It's just that this year we had a very mild winter, so it was very hard for them to make the ice. But usually that whole wall is just full of ice, and you would just walk down towards your ropes that you set up from the top. They have all these tie-in points, so everything's very safe and secured. You could tell that there's a lot of people here. It was actually opening week, and there were just a lot of ice climbers, experienced ones to intermediate to advanced, and it is such a beautiful view. So I do recommend coming out here to just hike it, or just enjoy it. So this is my first time actually ice climbing, so I'm not really experienced, but it's very similar to rock climbing. And actually, I think it's a little bit easier than rock climbing because you actually make your own holds. This is RJ just giving me instructions on how to pick at the ice with the axe. So in this video, you see me just jump up and went up. And you just gotta be careful when you do put the ice axe inside the ice and pulling it out, because sometimes you can actually pull it and whack yourself in the face, and that happens quite often. I slipped right there, but luckily I have crampons to hold me. So the ice axes are just really there for support. You don't want to use too much of it to pull yourselves up. Just like rock climbing, you kind of want to use your feet more. And then this is me just rappelling down after finishing the climb. It was such a great experience. I had a great time doing this. I was very fortunate that, you know, I was invited to experience this. You can rent pretty much all this gear in Denver if you do come from Denver, or there's some facilities in Ouray. But just keep in mind that it is a mountain town, so they do close a little bit earlier, and you definitely want to get your gear at least the day before. And for beginners, just be careful with your axes. You don't want to whack yourself in the head or anything. And then for the crampons or the spikes, make sure you don't like spike yourself. It happens quite often where you are just going along and sometimes you spike yourself in the calf or in the ankle. So just be aware of, you know, your feet and your hands at all times. And then if you do hear ice, don't look up. It's just like rock climbing when you hear rock. Usually it's something bigger than a softball that's coming down at your face. So you definitely don't want to look up, and just be aware and just listen. And just have a good time. I was very fortunate, like I said. Thanks for RJ, Chris, and David to, you know, helping me and experiencing this great adventure. So if you ever come out to Ouray, Colorado, definitely swing on by, get your crampons on, and hike down here and take a look at these beautiful waterfalls, man-made waterfalls. And if you want to do some ice climbing, this is the place. All right, thank you guys, and hopefully enjoy the rest of the video. I'll stop talking and you could just watch me try to climb this waterfall. All right, peace.